The defending champions from New Zealand finished tied with the Americans at 12 wins and 1 loss for a total of 24 points. The Canadian contingent landed in third, having lost their key matchups against the two leaders, the United States and New Zealand. Cuba finished the round robin with a record of 10-3, good enough to take them in the final and deciding day of action. Their fate would eventually be decided at 9 a.m. on the final day, losing to Canada 12-0 in the 3-4 semifinal. Here's a look at how the remainder of the clubs finished the round robin. Probably the club taking home the most valuable prize of any in this tournament is Denmark. Their award, experience. With the country competing in its first international competition, there was a lot to learn. And I'm sure that in 1992, you'll see a much better showing from this Danish club. We go now to the final day of action, the 11 a.m. semifinal involving Canada and New Zealand. Canada earning the right to be there, having defeated Cuba 12-0 in the 9 a.m. semifinal. We go directly to the top of the second, with McWillie on the mound for Canada and New Zealand's Mike Nichols at the plate. He jumps on the first pitch and drives a single into right field. Next batter is Murray McLean. He steps into a 1-0 pitch from McWillie and slams it up the middle just over Glenn Ford's head for a triple, which scores Nichols from first. It's 1-0 New Zealand. Jimmy Hall steps up to the plate next for the New Zealand squad and singles to right center field, scoring McLean from third. It's 2-0 New Zealand, and that's it for Canada's Gene McWillie, one of the great veterans of the sport. This was McWillie's last World Series, and it's an emotional moment for Canada.
World Championship softball. Sad farewell to a first battle.
Canada tries to get something going in their half of the second when Bob McKinnon takes this Graham Robertson pitch hard to second base. When Eddie Colasi can't keep the ball in his glove, McKinnon stretches the single into a double. Len Chanasic moves McKinnon to third on a pretty sacrifice bunt. Steve Scott steps in next and hits a lofty fly ball to short left field, but Dave Wald makes the grab and runs the ball in to hold McKinnon at third. Hopes for a run in the second die when Jay Sims strikes out and strands McKinnon at third base. With New Zealand at bat in the top of the third, Mark Sorensen cranks this Glenn Jevenet pitch over the left field fence for a solo home run. Score at the end of 3 innings is New Zealand 3, Canada 0. Now moving to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Canada desperately trying to get some runs. Steve Scott chinks this Robertson pitch to short center, and what should have been an out turns into a double on a bad error by New Zealand second baseman Eddie Colasi. With Scott in scoring position at second, Rick Pimlott is called out on a controversial check swing. Brian Payton suffers the same result as he grounds out to Colasi at second, and the inning ends with Canada stranding Steve Scott at second base. New Zealand keeps the pressure on in their half of the 6th when, with 1 out, Mike Nichols drives this Jevenet pitch hard to the gap in right center, and with some good base running, stretches it into a triple. However, that's where Nichols will stay as both McLean and Jimmy Hall strike out against Jevenet. Moving along to the bottom of the 7th, and Canada's last chance at bat, Bob McKinnon steps in against Graham Robertson with 1 out and cracks a hard shot over third for a double. Chanasic steps up and hits a hard shot right back at Robertson. He gets to first on the error, and McKinnon moves to third. McKinnon scores on the next at-bat when Steve Scott hits a hard grounder to New Zealand first baseman Murray McLean. McLean bobbles the ball, but does manage to make the out. However, not before Canada hits the scoreboard. Now, with 2 men out, Jay Sim again cracks a ground ball at Robertson, who makes a superb play to get the final out and earn the right to meet the United States in the final round. For Canada, it's a disappointing finish to a championship many felt they may win.